quickly wanted to ask about the violet fire and to see if you could, or the Arcturians could explain more about what the violet fire is, how it works, and how we can be utilizing it along with our creative energy in this period of transmutation.
Well, thank you for bringing that up, because the violet fire is so helpful that I couldn't begin to count all the times that I've used it. Violet is the highest frequency of light, and light is, when they say violet fire, it's like the emanations. Like a fire has an emanation. A fire brings you warm. You know, fire, you can feed your food. And so fires, there's lots of really positive uses for fire. And this is the violet fire. So this is the highest frequency of fire. So instead of using it for cooking or, you know, burning up all of the branches or the things that come down from the trees, people, I live in California, so you would never do it here. But there's lots of other places that's what people do. But the violet fire is blaze, 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 the violet fire transmuting all shadow. You could just take a moment and think about what might be a shadow to you into light, and see how that light embraces and encompasses and heals and expands. Light, and that expansion is bigger and bigger and brighter. Light. And with that third light, bring that light back into your heart, into your head, into your entire body, and into your intentions. That the color violet, the fire violet, is this higher frequency of color, higher frequency of light. And when one is in a difficult situation, just as people are all over the world, having that knowing that you can pull in that light, that you can pull in that assistance, and that every single person, and you don't have to be good enough, you don't have to try harder, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, blaze, blaze, blaze the violet fire, transmuting all shadow into light, light, light. And then feel that that light surrounds you, and realize that as you have called in that light, you have grounded the light, and it goes into the planet, and it goes to everyone on the planet. And it's a gift that you can give to others, as well as to yourself.
A gift you can give to others and to yourself. And what an excellent reminder that as we heal within, we are healing collectively too, because we can't give on an empty cup. We have to make sure that we ourselves are staying stable, staying grounded, and blazing that violet fire whenever we feel like it's too much, or whenever we feel like we need that transmutive energy to take the fear and the darkness that we're experiencing and transmuting it into light, 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 and sending that fear, that darkness, unconditional love, forgiveness, light, and that violet fire.
And one of the things that is occurring now is that this is an opportunity for people to realize that it doesn't matter where you live, if you're rich, you're poor, you're famous, you're not, you know, gender, color, none of it matters. Everybody's in their own homes. You don't even see them. You don't even know what they look like. But they're all part of the energy field of Gaia. And if all these people from all these different directions, countries, backgrounds, jobs, they're all, everyone in this planet is having the same challenge, the entire planet. And there are so many everyday heroes, so many wonderful everyday heroes. And be grateful to the people that are assisting, and be grateful that you have enough wisdom within yourself to listen to what people are saying about the best way to keep yourself safe, and to make sure that you do that on a regular basis, because you are important. You are an important person. And all of you that are going through this, you are learning so much about yourself, because a lot of people are completely alone, or you're just alone with just your family, and how are you finding this courage? Because you don't hear any stories about people freaking out. There's lots of stories about people being heroes and people doing nice things. It's like it's bringing out the best of people. Have you noticed that? I mean, I haven't seen anything anywhere about people being disruptive or anything. It seems like people are pretty much banding together and really doing what needs to be done.
Yes, I think that is a majority of what's happening, outside of the supply shortages, the grocery shortages that we've seen a lot in this month.
Yeah.
Are those stories the ones that really stick with us, the one that really make that impact, that wow moment? Are those stories, are those experiences of someone or a group of people stepping up or coming together and creating something positive or something impactful, or using their creative energies together to innovate a solution to a problem in their community caused by the virus and caused by the shutdowns, or for even in some places their whole cities or their whole towns? And that can come through exercise, that can come through working in healthcare, working in grocery and supermarkets, working with your family units, working with your higher selves to create and to apply something that can be of personal and planetary positive benefit. And the no contribution whatsoever is too small or isn't big enough, quote unquote. Every single action, every single creative effort that is put out with intention and with love and with positivity, that creates so many positive outcomes and benefits that we aren't even aware of.
Yes, there's a lot of everyday heroes coming to the front. People that are expanding their compassion and their caring and their dedication, sometimes to their families or family units, and sometimes to complete strangers. And it is a difficult time for everyone, but you see that everyone is really doing their best. You don't see or hear anything about anything negative much. I mean, yes, I guess there are some things that are, but I would choose not to read them. That's not exactly what you want to read right now. But, just like people are careful about what food they eat, be careful about what information you take in. Because some information is like, I no, I feel worse when I got that information. I need to keep my consciousness high. I need to be able to be there for my family and be there for my friends. And so being protective of the information and knowing when it's okay, that's it. I mean, I know I've come to certain, it's like, okay, I'm done. I need a break. I can't do this now. I have to watch a movie, go Star Trek, something, take me on a ride. And please do that, because you have to take good care of yourself now. But so many people are alone and they don't have anybody saying, oh, you should this and you should that. So you have to be the one within yourself that says, yeah, this is the time that I usually do this and I do that. And, as much as you can keep your daily routines and the things that you enjoy, as much as you can keep that in your life, that makes it feel a little more normal. You're not in the midst of this situation that can be pretty scary, but it's also the basis of probably what will change a lot of things.
Yes, and I love what you said about being aware of the information that we're taking in, and also being aware of how much information that we're taking in and from what sources, because a lot of what we're finding in the news and these online media sources too, they're designed to create that alertness, that kind of sense of panic. And so when this goes for everybody, when we're constantly exposing ourselves to that energy field, to that information, that causes an effect on us internally that we externalize sometimes unconsciously. And so being conscious about the information that we're taking in and the quantity of that information can be important. And it's exactly like you said, there has to be that equilibrium, that balance of, wait a minute, this is too much. I need some fun. I need to bring that joy up, because we're not meant to just flatline in one emotion or in one negative experience. We have to get that positive energy, that joy, just to remember that it's beautiful to be alive, no matter what is happening around us.
Yes, and if you feel like you need to exercise, do yoga, watch a movie, whatever, you can do whatever you want, as long as you keep yourself safe and you teach your family how to keep themselves safe. And for those that have children, that's a whole nother, well, they probably don't have much time to get to us yet, because they're so busy taking care of their kids and keeping them happy. So allow your own inner child that says, I'm lonely, I'm scared, say, okay, what do you want? What can I do? What can we do for you? Have these conversations with yourself and give yourself what you need. This is those of us that are going through all of this changes our life forever. And the thing, when I say those of us, it's worldwide. So it's pretty much everyone. Everyone in the world is going to be going through. The whole world has something in common. It's not a world war. It's a pandemic. We don't like that too much either. But at least it's not a war. And the people can come together as units from all over. And what a wonderful thing that it doesn't matter where you're from, because this is everywhere and everyone has it, and everyone needs comfort and everyone needs courage.
Everyone needs comfort, everyone needs courage, and we can find that within ourselves and within each other. And in closing, I would love to take that same courage and comfort and put it on a stark perspective of how is the best way for us now to connect with our galactic selves, our guides, the Arcturians, Pleiadians, those who are assisting Gaia during this time and who are assisting us as well. What is the best way for us to connect and to also expand that connection while staying grounded?
Well, there's lots of opportunity for reading. I myself, I think I have 10 books that are about all of this kind of stuff. And it is also part of expanding your consciousness and moving into the interdimensional worlds and watching the Star Treks and all of, I mean, every Star Trek movie ever that what I've seen as many times as I can find it, because it feels like home, and it is home. We are multi-dimensional beings. We are not just wearing a third-dimensional vessel. And those of us that chose to leave our fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional realities and take on a third-dimensional body within this now are very courageous, are great warriors, and a lot more of you are in that group than you would think. And you came down, not just for the people, you came down for Gaia. You came down for the whole planet. And back to that, this is something that's happening to the whole planet. There's been lots of wars and disasters and all those types of things, but never the whole planet at once. This is a unification of the entire planet Earth. And if we can take that into our souls, into our hearts, and as we move through this, and when it has reached its conclusion, remember, this was a worldwide event. Everyone in the world has had the same experience, and they all have something in common. Now, is that unifying or what?
So unifying, so unifying. And as we unify within, we are more open to unifying with others, with the planet and with our external world. And that is what creates that positive change. And to know that if we have made it to this point, if we've made it through all of the other challenges in our lives to get to right here, right now, where we are, then we're going to make it through this as well. And how amazing is that to know that we're not doing it by ourselves and that we're all in that same boat one way or another. And what a beautiful way to really bring this conversation full circle on finding the nothing and turning it into something, and to finding that power within to create that positive reality that we are all capable of experiencing and living. So, Sue, do you and the Arcturians have anything that you'd like to close on out with today?
Yes, the Arcturians were just telling me that they wanted to do like a meditation, or I don't know what it is, but and also this is a wonderful time for us to open up to the unknown, because yes, the disasters and the problems, those were all unknown, but when we are in the situation where there's these unsurmountable unknowns that we can't do anything about, there is another unknown that we can enter that will expand our consciousness so that we feel like we can at least hold a perspective of reality. So I'm just going to take a brief little meditation. I'm going to call in the Arcturians. Beloved humans on Earth, we the Arcturians are so very proud of you. We know you all personally. We know you all intimately. We know you because you chose to take an embodiment during this now to assist Gaia through this immense moment of shifting and changing. And yes, there are many things that are happening in that third dimensional world of this now. And what is occurring is that there are more and more openings and more people who are moving into that fourth dimensional world where they can see the starships, they can talk to the trees, they can sing and dance and write and have all of their creativity and knowing that they never knew they had before. And also into that fifth dimensional expression of yourself, where you are here now within the one. And blessings to you all in whatever frequency you are resonating to. And know that you have the choice to set the frequency of your consciousness within this now and to share what you have learned with others who are ready to learn it as well. Blessings be to you all.